How you doing, everybody? Sorry for the lack of input on my channel for the past week. I've been kind of busy with stuff, so I figured I'd make this little update video to kind of let you guys know what's been going on, basically. Essentially, August is the busiest month of the year for my store, so at least steadily, like it's not like Christmas or Thanksgiving, where it's like all of a sudden there's instantaneously like that, there's a bajillion people shopping there because they think they'll get like holiday deals and stuff like that. So this month is pretty much our steadiest month. We'll be making like a bunch of money, a lot more than we usually do, like every single day of the week. Our payroll is reflected in that because we have a lot of payroll. Every employee pretty much in the store has, with their on-calls included, over 30 hours. Not only for the past week, but for this week, and I think for next week as well. Plus, with all the people that are dropping because they gotta go back to school, go back to college, they gotta go off in their own direction, that sort of thing. Everybody has a lot of payroll, so hopefully that will slow down pretty soon. Probably by the end of August, like after Labor Day, it's going to slow down. Although, honestly, I won't really be there for too much longer for that case because I have my set quit date at this point. First off, we're taking another little vacation at the end of August, so I'll probably bring the flip along for that, and we'll chronicle that little thing. We're probably just going to go to Pennsylvania or something like that, so that's the first thing. And then the second thing is my last day, well, technically my last day, quote-unquote, of working there for the amount of hours that I'm working there right now is Labor Day, September 3rd. I believe that's Labor Day anyway. I don't remember exactly. But anyway, it's that Labor Day weekend, basically, is my last weekend working there as much as I am. Like, I told them, basically, that I need to take the semester off because I need to kind of concentrate a little bit more on school and on, I didn't tell them on this, but I do want to concentrate more on this. But, I want to leave a lasting impression when I get my associate's degree for any place I want to transfer to, or anything, place that's going to take my credits. Like, if I'm going to go ahead and do what I'm hoping to do, I'm going to probably want to leave a good impression for whomever I end up transferring to. So I want to kind of, cut the crap with work and school and this. Focus more, have one thing that I do as like an outside of school thing, and have one thing that I do that's just strictly education, which is the school thing. Not really sure if my schedule for school right now is 100%, but I'm probably going to be taking pretty much like 16 credits, I think. So it's not terribly bad, but it's not like, oh, well, walk in the park, I can just breeze through it. So I kind of cut down and, concentrate on that, and I figure I can't really do that with work and this, so I pretty much chose this over work. I have enough money saved up not to worry. I'll be fine. I barely spend over $100 like a month or something on like gas, because I had to fill up like gas for my car once every 2 weeks, and I go grocery shopping when I'm at school like once a month or something like that, and I spend a little over $100 total from all of those things, so not really that big of a deal. And I have enough saved up that I think I'll be able to handle a full semester without work, so no big deal. And it's about time, right? I've been talking about not liking work on my Twitter for, like, what, a year now? It's about time I got out of there. But anyway, next thing I wanted to talk about, the bonus episodes will be going up this week. I will be posting them tomorrow through Saturday, which actually brings to another topic, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But yeah, I'm going to start with the Sonic Adventure stuff, finish those 3 bonus episodes, then I'm going to do the Kingdom Hearts bonus episodes. We'll get all of those up by the end of this week because I have plans for the next week, which I will talk about in a second as well. So yeah, basically, if you're wondering where the bonus episodes went, I kind of took like a week off because I was really pissed off from work and all the payroll hours that we were getting. Like, it's money, and that's something you can't really deny, but just having to deal with a million different customers at the same time, like, having to deal with them all consecutively. Like, normally it's a little bit more paced, like, so you have a little bit of, like, a break in between the busy days, but now it's just busy every single day, and it's just, like, it's hard to handle sometimes, so, What else? Yeah, so the bonus episodes are going up this week. I actually wanted to switch my schedule around real quick, because I know I said main playthrough, during the week, 5 days a week, and then side playthrough or side stuff I update, blind playthrough the series, the new series, updates, going places, that sort of stuff is going to be on weekends. And I'm still going to be doing that. It's just, I figure since I'm going to be doing only one game, excuse me. I figure since I'm only going to be doing one game at a time, I might as well post one of those episodes every day of the week, including weekends. And then, so basically post one episode per day, 7 days a week for those. And then, I could update, like, blind play through the series, my new series as well. We'll just choose, we'll do like one every couple of weeks. We'll just pick whichever one we feel like doing. Me, Xia, and Jets feel like doing on any given day. We'll record that and then post it at the end of that week. And then the week, I'm thinking about how basically I would do this. The week that I don't post one of my little side project show things on the weekends would be the week that I update. So basically you get an update video one Sunday, and then there'd be nothing on Saturday that week, and then there'd be nothing on Sunday that week, and then there'd be nothing on Saturday that week, there'd be nothing on Sunday the week after that, and then that Saturday of the next week would be the day that we would post like the show or something, like a show of some kind, like blind play through the series. So that's how I'm thinking about planning on doing this, because once I get off of work, what am I going to have to talk about, really? I'm not going to be changing much except for, going to school and all that stuff, so won't really have too terribly much to talk about. So I'm going to do that. What else do I want to talk? Oh, yeah. I was talking about doing a PSP game as the main thing that I was going to do for my next playthrough, and I'm thinking that's going to be changed a little bit, because there's a specific game that actually comes out this week that I moved up the shipping for, as I said on Twitter, that I really want to do. It'll be completely blind, obviously, because I haven't done anything like that. I haven't watched the game yet. It's on YouTube, I know that much, but I've completely kept myself from spoiling anything on it because I didn't want to, ruin the experience for me. A friend of mine kind of gave me a couple of tips because he played through it and he did a review of it already on the Gamer's Bench, but I basically know nothing about the game, and excuse me, it's a little early in the morning. I just got out of the shower though, so I'm a little bit more energetic. But yeah, a friend gave me a couple of tips, but I'm going in completely blind, and it's going to be difficult to find a way to specifically entertain you besides the whole, oh, I'm blind at this game, I don't know what I'm doing, oh, what is this, oh, I died, that sort of thing, so. But I'm going to try to find a way, because that's my goal. I want to be consistently entertaining, and I'm not. It's one of these things I've been thinking about a lot lately, is that a lot of, not only, like, I've been listening to a lot of songs on the radio, some songs on the CD track at work, and I've been looking at a bunch of different YouTubers that I find a lot of people hold in high regard. And unfortunately, what I find about a lot of all three of these things, you wouldn't think there'd be much in common for them, but a lot of the people that do song work nowadays, a lot of people that do, well, not really a lot of people that do song work, just a lot of the ones I've been listening to recently, and a lot of YouTubers that I've been looking at are essentially one-trick ponies, you know what I mean? Like, their game will vary depending on what they're playing, or their mood will vary depending on what day they're doing, if they're doing video logs or something to that effect. And the songwriter, their song will vary a little bit in maturity and a little bit in, like, like that sort of thing as they mature as an artist. But essentially, every song is the same thing, or every video, like, they don't vary up, they don't adapt to suit the game, kind of. They just kind of approach it with the same kind of humor, with the same kind of, I guess, approach, the same strategy of playing each game that they play, the same strategy of doing each video log, the same strategy at writing each song. So it's kind of like, if you've seen one of their videos, you've seen them all. There are, various little instances where you'll want to watch a bunch of them, but I don't find that entertaining. Like, So that's probably why I don't subscribe to those guys. I won't say who they are because, well, I don't want to, say anything bad about their channels, because there's nothing bad about what they're doing. It's just, I don't find entertainment in somebody who can't vary up, their stuff. So I'm trying to, that's what I'm trying to do with a lot of my projects now, is kind of vary it up from, how other people do it on YouTube. Like with Sonic Adventure, a lot of people do that game. They do Sonic Story, Tails Story, Knuckles Story, Amy Story, Big Stories, Gamma Story, Last Story. They do it specifically in that order. They don't worry about the power-ups being correct in each of the cutscenes. They show all the cutscenes and blah, blah, blah. And stuff ends up getting repeated, and I just find that boring. So when I did Sonic Adventure, I wanted to kind of vary it up, and so I decided, let's do the game in chronological order based on the characters that I have. That's something different. That's something that a lot of people haven't seen yet. So I figured it'd be kind of cool to do it that way. So it's going to be difficult for me to figure out how to vary up a game that I'm doing completely blind. But then again, I haven't ever done a blind playthrough on my channel, like ever before, so that might be varied enough. Of course, again, that's going to be kind of hard to vary up once I get to other blind stuff at that point, because it's going to be like, well, how do I vary this up? It's going to rely heavily on me editing stuff in order for me to vary it up, because a lot of my, my opinions and my humor and my reactions to the games are probably going to be very much the same for any future blind projects. So not sure how I'm going to handle that yet, but I figured, I'll do. And I don't think really the game is going to be terribly popular on the channel. It'll be more popular than the PSP game I was going to be playing through, because that PSP game has barely ever been played on YouTube. I think there's only one full walkthrough that I saw that's in English on YouTube for that game, but there are videos of this game that I'm talking about playing now on YouTube already, because it's released outside of the United States. It's pretty much released everywhere but the United States. I probably just completely gave it away, but anyway, and I've kept myself from spoiling anything for it. But where am I going with this topic? It's too early. I want to kind of make sure that I kind of vary it up a little bit. And oh, the popularity of it. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be really that popular, because it's like, there's already videos of YouTube on it. It's been released for like a year already outside of the US, and we're just now getting it. There's full walkthroughs on YouTube already of the game. I don't know if any of them are finished or not, because I never checked like finale for that game, but there's probably already full, complete walkthroughs of the game on YouTube. And like I said, since it's already been released for a while, I don't think the interest is going to be really there for a lot of people. Plus, you got to consider this: a lot of people that are going to be posting walkthroughs of the game, if they're going to be posting walkthroughs, are going to be getting the game on the day that it releases, which is Tuesday, which is not very far away. I'm going to be getting it on Thursday, and I won't be releasing any episodes of it until next Sunday. So I'm going to be behind already. So I don't think I'm going to really draw a huge audience for the game and anything like that. Like, I'm thinking kind of statistics and business here. Like, I don't think that because a lot of people are going to be doing playthroughs of it, because a lot of people in the U.S. do playthroughs of the games. Like, I've seen some playthroughs of the games already, but not in the U.S., obviously, because it hasn't released here. But when people do start doing it, it's going to be hard to distinguish myself from them, because we're all going into it pretty much blind, unless they've watched walkthroughs of it. Then they know exactly what they're doing, which means they're distinguished in some way, and I'm not. And it's going to be hard to kind of stand out in that crowd, because a lot of people are going to be playing this, I think. Like, a lot more anyway than have been playing it. I don't think a lot of the big YouTubers are going to pick it up, but a lot of the smaller guys are probably going to pick up this game and be like, let's do a playthrough of this completely blind, because that'll draw the attention to my channel. But, yeah. So I figured I'd pick it up and kind of try to figure out a way to vary it up a little bit for myself. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if that's going to go incredibly well, but I do want to play through the game at some point, and I kind of have the same fear of that game as I have for Final Fantasy XII or for Skies of Arcadia Legends, where if I play through the game outside of YouTube, it's going to be a long time before I play through it for YouTube again, because Final Fantasy XII I played in 100% walkthrough of outside of YouTube at some point, like I think before I even started on YouTube in 2010, like that summer or something like that. I did like a 100% playthrough of it, and I'm just now finding a little bit more interest in playing the game again. Like, it's been like 3.5 years or something, and I'm just now kind of getting an interest in playing the game and playing it correctly now, without grinding up to level 99 20 hours into the game and just beating the other 100 hours of the game with no trouble whatsoever. Skies of Arcadia I still haven't picked up since the last time I did a full playthrough of it. I think I did that like right when I first started on YouTube, because I figured there was a bunch of games I wanted to finish that I had files of when I actually got on YouTube first, and I was doing Sword of Mana or Nightfire. There's a bunch of games I had files of that weren't finished, so I figured I'd finish them up, and Skies of Arcadia was one of them. Crystal Chronicles was another one that I had never really finished before I did stuff on YouTube for that, so I went ahead and finished Skies of Arcadia 100%. Well, I won't say 100%, it was basically 99% because I missed one treasure chest in the whole game, and it was the one that doesn't stay there. And but I still got all the ultimate rewards that you would get for 100% quote-unquoting the game. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, those are games like, I'm just afraid I don't want to leave the game to the wayside and kind of play it on my own while playing something else, because then I feel like I'm going to be too busy with this stuff, like with these video games, to really focus on school. And I fear that if I do that and I play that game on the side while playing something else, I'm not going to ever get it up on YouTube, at least not for 3 or 4 years, because the interest just isn't going to be there. So, like, that's how it is for a lot of games for me nowadays that I'm playing, because it's like, once I play it through, I'm like, oh, well, that's satisfying, let's move on to something else, you know, so. Just now getting an interest in playing Sword of Mana again, so I guess that's a little bit of a plus. But, yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, and I also got Fraps over a little before the weekend, this past weekend. It was kind of cool. It was like, you know, it's $37, and then you've got a screen cap program, so that's cool. I already have editing software, so I don't need to pay $1 million for that. And even if I didn't have editing software, it's like Vegas Movie Studio 11 is like $50. So it's really not worth it to even get Camtasia Studio, in my opinion, because you could get an editing tool that's much better than Camtasia Studio, and a recording tool, screen cap tool, that's not necessarily much better than Camtasia Studio, because I know Fraps can't record full screen. This is in my experience anyway. Fraps can't record full screen. Fraps can't record unless you have a Windows Arrow theme in your background. And Fraps has a difficult time recording NES games, because I tried doing that as well, and the emulator kept freaking out and doing screen flicker shit. I don't know if that was just how the emulator normally is, or the fact that they haven't updated the emulator since 2005, or what the hell was going on with that. But I was having screen flicker problems with NES games, and the rest looked pretty good. Visual Boy Advance specifically gave me a lot of trouble to set up, but I kind of did like a little workaround with it. Because what happens with Visual Boy Advance is it kind of changes your background theme if the visual elements of it don't match the visual elements of your background, desktop background. And Fraps can't record on anything other than a Windows Arrow theme, at least in my experience. I don't know if that's a glitch or a bug in my specific copy, or if that's something that everyone's been dealing with and they're just trying to fix that, or if they're not trying to fix that. I don't really know what they're doing with that, but like, I have to record on a Windows Arrow theme with Fraps. That's basically how it goes. So I kind of switched the settings on Visual Boy Advance so that it wouldn't change my desktop background, and therefore Fraps wouldn't stop recording. Like, Fraps is just kind of weird. Like, it's better than getting Camtasia Studio, I still think, because I don't want to spend $300 on a screen cap program and an editing tool that I'm never going to use. But at the same time, I kind of wish Fraps would be a little bit less, you know, with a pole stuck up its ass about the whole thing, because you need me to change my desktop background just to record stuff, and if I don't, you won't even respond to me? What a bitch. Fraps is a bitch. I really think it is. But, you know, whatever. So, I might test that out at some point. I don't know if I'm going to be testing footage of that anytime soon, because I know I don't plan on recording any games with Fraps anytime soon. Probably around Christmas time would be the earliest that I would record something with Fraps, but again, we'll see how that goes once we get to that point. But I think that's about it for me. So this update video might get a little bit long, and it might take a little bit to edit and render out. because I have to go to work in a little less than an hour now. But you know how it goes when you're a busy person. You gotta kind of do stuff a certain way. You gotta get up early. You gotta take a shower earlier than you normally do. You gotta hold off eating until after you're done posting an update video on the internet, which I'm so hungry. Anyway, but yeah, that's about it for me, guys. I'll see if I'm going to be doing update videos once a week, or if I'm just going to be doing them every other week along with this thing, the shows I do on the weekends. So we'll see about all this stuff. I don't know how it's going to go. I guess time will tell. You know, that's the only way we'll really know how everything's going to go. But for now, that's it for me. That's all I know, because I got to get going. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Take care.